Great pleasure for the government of Somaliland to receive such a high delegation from the international community. We have a very busy morning today. The first part of the meeting is going to be a formal speech by the President, the Minister of Planning and Development, and we also have Mark Bowden, the head of the UN, who would have a word on this morning. The rest of the program will continue at Ambassador Hotel, where we will have a detailed discussions between the government of Somaliland and the international delegation who came from Nairobi in order to discuss about our future collaboration and development relationships. We will be discussing about a framework within which the international development will be taking place between Somaliland and the donor agencies of the United Nations and international development agencies. So these discussions will take place this afternoon at Ambassador Hotel. So this morning we are here mainly to have a speech from the President and some comments from other colleagues, including the members of the international community. As you will know, we have had a very successful elections in Somaliland, and in the context of that election, we have had a long program of elections and political programs. We have had a lot of pledges from the international community. If the Somaliland's elections do take place in a fair and free manner, we were told that we should expect an increased engagement and collaboration with the international community. This is the first part of that international collaboration. We will be discussing about how Somaliland and the international donor community will be working in terms of delivering essential services for the people of Somaliland. We will be talking about ways in which it is going to be possible for us to receive some direct support from donor community. We have been receiving humanitarian assistance, which has been very much appreciated. While we would still like to receive those humanitarian assistance, we would like to place out and to go into a stage where we will take more development-oriented projects, which would help us to sustain the systems we have in place. We have got a very viable security system, we have got a democratic system, we have got a vibrant economic and civil society. These systems need to be sustained and to be developed. And we can only do that if we receive some tangible and substantial development assistance. While we still continue receiving some humanitarian assistance, we cannot develop, we cannot take the challenges we have in front of us based on humanitarian assistance. What we would like to have in the future is a more structural development assistance. And I'm glad that this is one of the first steps in which we will be talking about how these objectives can be achieved. I would like to give the word to the President of Somaliland, President Ahmed Mohamed Silayo, to have his formal speech on the occasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government and people of Somaliland, I wish to welcome all of you, distinguished guests, to our country. Your presence with us here today is a great honor to us and represents the interest and support the international community is prepared to give to our country and its efforts to establish a stable, peaceful and democratic society in a region known for its political volatility and the disruptive activities of extremist groups and international piracy. For us, this will be challenging but an achievable goal. My government is now just over 2 months old. Apart from security concerns, my new administration also inherited a situation of public finances bordering on bankruptcy, where civil servants had not been paid for months and huge debts owed to the private sector. Today, we have made substantial progress in this area by improving the collection of revenues, fighting corruption, and the suspension of non-essential expenditures. We are conducting radical changes in the civil service and their working conditions. During our campaigns before the elections, we promised to fight corruption and appoint an anti-corruption commission to stamp out fraud and to set up a quality control commission to ensure consumer safety. We delivered both. We said we would be mobilizing our people in self-help campaigns to ensure every citizen contributes to their community's well-being and national development. We promised to complete Hargeysa's second bridge, the 4.5 kilometer stretch between Borama and Dila and Hargeisa Prison. Construction is underway in all 3 projects and on target. We have been able to accomplish all that thanks to the commitment, support, and hard work demonstrated by our people across the board, from Parliament to government ministers, business community, civil servants, and ordinary citizens. Our vision is to create a country that's independent, secure, stable, in peace with its neighbors, democratic, and prosperous, where every citizen can realize his or her potential. Those of you who have been to the trade fair must have witnessed a little about the creativity of our people. Our country is strategically located to play a key role in the security, stability, and democratization of the region and beyond. This is a role we are committed to. We cannot afford to fail, neither in our vision nor in our role. I must say that we still face serious economic, social, political, and security challenges, but we believe that there is no challenge that we cannot overcome, provided we receive the encouragement and support we need. Justice is another area we promised to address to ensure that the Constitution was upheld and the rights of the citizens were safeguarded. I issued a presidential decree disbanding the Unconstitutional Security Committee and ordering citizens incarcerated under emergency laws to be released unless their guilt was determined by a court of law. Somaliland has very good relations with its neighboring countries like Ethiopia and Djibouti, and wishes to continue to maintain that relationship to maintain peace in the region and to expand trade and economic cooperation. Finally, this is a country called Somaliland that's peaceful and democratic, where the President, the Parliament, and local councils were elected in fair and free elections, where rule of law reigns, and where the streets are full of uniformed children with book in hand going to school, not hooded with guns going to war. We need the support of the international community. I thank you very much.
Marked a rare and peaceful democratic transition in the Greater Horn of Africa. The democratic gains made from this year's election must be consolidated further in order to maintain stability and prevent future conflict that affects the region. Somaliland's stability offers hope for the future. Successful elections, a peaceful transition of power, a vibrant civil society, and growing private sector are all significant achievements that the people of the self-declared Republic of Somaliland can be rightly proud of. Somaliland has demonstrated a positive, forward-looking development agenda that seeks to redress inequalities and further enhance stability. Crucial for both Somaliland and the wider region as a whole. It is critical that we sustain the positive pace and momentum to consolidate stability and deliver real progress to make the next vital steps from recovery to development. The international community are represented here today to acknowledge the remarkable resilience and resourcefulness of the Somaliland people. Somaliland has made significant progress in meeting the humanitarian needs of its own people, providing clear leadership and effective coordination for international community support. However, I'm sure we all agree that much remains to be done, and we must continue to work together to ensure Somaliland is better able to handle climatic shocks that affect the region, where the vast majority of people depend on livestock to provide for themselves and their families. Yet this key sector of Somaliland's economy remains vulnerable to floods, drought and disease that regularly affect the region. We must and will continue our assistance in helping Somaliland prepare for and better handle such climatic shocks when they occur. Turning to development, across Somaliland there are significant opportunities to strengthen and deepen our development investments and partnerships that will help deliver a peace dividend. Ensuring that the development agenda remains a priority with competing security and political concerns will be an important measure of Somaliland's success. Somaliland's economic growth must be seen in the broader context of growth in the Horn of Africa region. Planning for the Berbera corridor is one way to open up regional trade. We also see the need to expand Somaliland's existing economy